Hey guys, it's Justin once again, coming to you on a nice Friday afternoon, and I've decided to take it easy and do a small review on this complete guide to the solo works of Brian Wilson, and it's by Joe Thomas, not Joe Thomas of Imagination, and that's what got made the radio production, but Joe Thomas, a fan over in Europe, and Kai Miskelly, who was big on the Blue Board if you were ever on there. I'm not sure if he's still on there. I don't get on that. I've not talked to him in years, so I'm not really sure. But I did order this from Joe Thomas, about $20. He did release this and two others. One was, I think the other two was, one was a Japanese Beach Boys discography, and the other was, I don't know, another discography thing cover. Different all the CD covers of Beach Boys stuff. It's a little worn on the side here. This is how I purchased it. I mean, this is how it came to me in the mail. I didn't bend it up like this. I take care of my stuff. So apparently they gave me a crappy one, but whatever. Joe Thomas signed this on here, so that was cool. And so what you have here is a nice little collage of pictures of Brian throughout the years. And this came out at maybe 2005 or so, 2004, because it ends with Smile Live. And Getting In Over My Head is on here as well. So it's a pretty cool book. Really a research guide for most part, but it's a fun read. Got a lot of good pictures in here, good quality pictures in here, and it goes through all of his albums, including bootlegs, which is very interesting. Learned a lot of stuff I never knew, like the Wilson Project with Gary Usher. Of course, I know more about nowadays, but here's little bios from the authors and a bio of Brian. So, but moving on, we have. Oh shoot! I'm sorry. Get in there. Okay, the Wilson Project starts out in we have 1986. That's what starts Brian's solo era, I guess you could say. Picture of Gary Usher there. And you have kind of a story describing it and what's been released from it, unofficial and official. These are all the songs that were on here. This says that they're the ones with asterisks are the ones that have been released officially or unofficially. Unofficially meaning bootleg. So, because I know I've never heard A Little Love, All Over Me, I'm Tired, Magic. I feel like I've heard Magnetic Attraction, but I'm not sure. One Night at a Time, never heard that. I've not heard Still I Dream of You. I know it's just rewritten lyrics. And here's a Wilson Project CD itself. And this is what the book is known for, is kind of putting out each, here's the title, the format's a bootleg, the label, serial number, and the country. And so you have like Black Widow and Let's Do It Again on there. Some different stuff that if you're into Brian Wilson bootlegs, you know all this stuff. And then like B-sides like Too Much Sugar and Being With the One You Love, Daddy's Little Girl from that soundtrack, Male Ego from the Beach Boys, 85, Fantasy is Reality, Bells of Madness, which is a great, awesome song. Here's some descriptions of the songs themselves. And the ones that have not been heard have no description at all. So, unfortunately. And the source material for like the release of Let's Go to Heaven in My Car, which was the first release of a Gary Usher, Brian Wilson project together. When Spirit of Rock and Roll was performed at the 25 Years Together concert. And we moved to 1988. And so you have, this tells when the full album was released in the UK. It's on vinyl, CD single, sampler, promo. Yeah, the production. It's really interesting and really intricate details, very good details. When the promos came out, what promos were, like the words of music, full album, Love and Mercy single. Here's the 2000 release with the original album here circled, and then you have the extra tracks here, the B-sides, interviews, and sessions. And then you have a little bit of bio of the album. Then you have, again, track information about each track. So, and then it does do the 2000 release stuff. Very cool. And then we have more pictures, excuse me, of the different promo copies that have come out, or ones that have come out from different countries. So that's pretty fun. Tim White's Rockstar solo interview, Words and Music promo, Nighttime. There's that Melt Away cassette that I have, saying it's very rare. That's cool. Love and Mercy single. Kind of tells where it's been released. More. Here's Sweet Insanity. So if you know your Boots, you know what's going on here. Pretty cool description of everything. This is not a very popular boot. It sounds like it before you've ever heard it. It's like Sweet Insanity by Brian Wilson. That sounds amazing. It sounds like it would be like Pet Sounds meets Smile meets Brian Wilson 88, and it is not that good at all. But, you know, if you're a Brian fan, you're going to listen to it. Whether it's good or bad. Here's some lyrics from Thank You. All my life I've been running scared, feeling shut out, no one cared. Not my mother, not my brother. Yeah, The Crazy Beatings by my father. Yeesh, this is too realistic. And I believe, like, Seymour Stein Seymour? I can't get these names right. Excuse me. That was one of the things that was like, yeah, Brian, this is not something we're going to release. This was the bootleg of Sweet Insanity I had originally. I don't have any original bootlegs. They're all CDRs with the sticker labels on the CD, unfortunately. But you got to hear it some way. So here's more descriptions on each of the songs. Bonus tracks that have been offered on there. Here's Sweet Insanity outtakes. And other Sweeter Insanity, which has like Save the Day and the extended concert tonight and Let's Stick Together. There's the Paul Schaefer album that has Metal Beach, which is awesome. You should look that up. It's a huge Shorten and Bread riff. Here we have the Wilson and Paley Sessions, and this is what was released of that as a bootleg again, and more descriptions of everything. Really fun to read this stuff about You're Still a Mystery and Chain Reaction of Love, which we all know Soul Searching and You're Still a Mystery were both for the Beach Boys reunion album, which did get released finally on Made in California this year. This is Slightly American Music. That's the bootleg I had of Paley Sessions. That's what I knew of. And I don't know if the writing credits are correct. I know that like they've got it correct with Paley on there for a couple of them, but that's the stuff they're very sure of him being on the good Getting In Over My Head album. And also, ironically, there's two versions of Everything I Need from the Wilsons album on here that is a non-Paley collaboration. So that gets included on here, kind of because it was around the same time and within the next like 3 years or so. And then This Isn't Love, the piano, uh, not piano demo, but just the piano part. And then there's track listing of more. We have the I Just Wasn't Made for These Times documentary description, the album itself, where I skipped these pages because you have talking about the kind of the remakes of all the songs, and the Do It Again single that has the song Wants to Sleep With You Tonight, which is a Paley song. Oh, Until I Die was on there as well. And I Just Wasn't Made for These Times was also released as a documentary on a DVD with the American Band documentary, which is a great twofer. Then we have the Imagination album. Again, very great details of when the promos, singles, and all that came out. All great details. Have great information on all the tracks. That Leaf, that Someone Like a Leaf out on Sea of Doubt, that was on Where Has Love Been? That the only Paley tune on Imagination, which is on the cover here. I saw the Leaf as I'm gonna leaf on a windy day on Until I Die, but whatever. Here's the Imagination promo, which I actually showed a couple of reviews ago that I got recently, $5. Here's Imagination Words and Music, which I believe is it's got In My Room Live. I think that's the one from the DVD documentary of Imagination. It says Bruce Johnson's on there, along with Timothy B. Schmidt and Christopher Cross. Brian talks to Sean Lennon about the album. Here you have Imagination. Your Imagination released on, that's South America. Your Imagination released vocals only version, which is really neat. You should look for that. There's South America CD single. There's a Peter Buck and Brian Wilson interview with Mojo. That was a CD that was released. Here is the DTS 5.1 of Imagination. That's basically DVD audio. I don't have that actually. And then there's Imagination, the DVD review. So, really nice review of the whole documentary, which is interesting. I love that the guys on here said, this is all basically a